All right, and good evening, everybody. Happy Halloween. Eva, where are you?
Sorry, I'm a little late. Do you like the costume?
Oh my gosh, I can't see. Where are you? Like, honestly, where are
I'm right
you?
here in front
What
of the
happened?
camera. Can't you see me?
No, unfortunately, I can't.
Hey, it worked. It worked. This guy sold me some invisible ink, and I thought that'd make a great costume. So I drank it. And guess what? It worked. I'm invisible.
Gosh, I like honestly, I can't see you. Like, are you okay though?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Okay. All right. All right. Well, that's good though. Well, hopefully you can actually be able to see the cards and all that, and also be able to get readings for everybody. Anyway, so Eva and I were here tonight. Tonight is what most people say is Devil's Night. And what we're going to do tonight, though, we're going to look actually at some of the history for Halloween, what Halloween originally was, and why it's now actually a Christian holiday. So, like not holiday, but Christian celebration. Um, so Eva, right when you were growing up, what did you do for Halloween? Since you're out in the country.
Well, we dressed up and had fun just like everybody else. But we like to go to people in the country because they gave us the full-size candy bar, as opposed to those cheap people in the city who only gave us the little ones.
Yeah.
So we would just go to relatives and people that we kind of knew, and then we just basically stayed in the city. At school, we had Halloween parties, and that was about it. We didn't get all anxious and upset and that sort of thing, but we dressed up just like everybody else.
Okay. All right. Because I've always wondered though, like I know that your neighbors are like a couple miles away, or what we say actually here in Canada, a couple kilometers away. But I just wasn't sure what you guys actually did. So that's really cool though, like just to see what actually took place. I know for us here, since I grew up in the city, we did technically like what you said, those have parties at school and going trick or treating. But that's a good thing to bring up though. What do you think about nowadays about people decorating their yards with all those blow up stuff compared to like back in our days?
Well, my day is even further back than yours, and occasionally somebody would put some kind of spooky thing in the window, but that was about it. Like you say, now there's just full tilt boogie. They just do all kinds. And what gets me is in our neighborhood, well, it's not even our neighborhood, but the Bruce Mansion. I don't know if you've ever heard of that.
I have, yes, I have. Yeah.
They have decorated full on Halloween. They even have a hearse with a horse that's a skeleton, driven by a skeleton livery man. It is just too cool. And all kinds of other spooky things. Plus, they are now starting to have tours and that sort of thing.
Yeah.
So it's really good.
Yeah.
Really good.
Well, with myself though, basically though, is blow up stuff though. I find that's cheap and cheesy. Why don't they go back to like the way though that we grew up, right? Right, and it's not good though actually to have something like cheap from Walmart. Go with the real stuff, like what you were just saying. Those tours, which is really good, right? And also like the real atmosphere.
One of the big. I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
One of the big things that is in this area, and I don't know how much is in other parts of the state, but the haunted mazes or the corn mazes, that sort of thing, they're really big here, really big. And they have all kinds of spooky, scary things. And they're all outdoors, so we hope that there's no rain.
Yeah.
But and like I say, they're really a big thing in our neck of the woods.
Yeah.
And I do know they do them in other parts. A good friend of mine who has since passed, unfortunately, Halloween was his day. That was his holiday. And it started out where it was just him. Then it kind of expanded to the house on either side of him. And by the time he left Arkansas, he had the whole block involved with a Halloween scare something. And of course, when he left, I don't know whatever happened, but he didn't do it that much in Pennsylvania because that was just not something that was done. So
Yeah.
a pleasant memory.
Well, today the moderator and myself, we drove actually from our location out to a small community that's well known here in Ontario, and it's called Elora. Now, have you heard of Elora by any chance?
No, I haven't.
No, okay. Well, Elora though is right off the Grand River. It is historical area. It's a small little community. Anyway, so this location though, what they do though is they do up the whole community, and it's right beside Salem, not Salem, Massachusetts, but Salem, Ontario. But the town of Elora, they do statues, like huge statue, with paper mache and also with wire, like chicken wire. So today, the producer and I, we were walking around the community and we were taking major pictures. I don't know if you saw those pictures today.
Yeah,
or...
I saw some of them.
Okay, all right.
And I'm like,
so yeah,
that's so cool.
Yeah, so it's basically on the main drag, and some of it is actually on the side street, right? But that's what they do for this community. Now, sort of to do with history of Halloween. I know most people know Halloween actually as what it is nowadays, but in the year of May 13th, 1609, it was basically classified actually as All Saints Day back then. So it's surprising of how far back Halloween goes.
Well, I've been doing some work myself, and I discovered that there were several Roman holidays where people would dress up type thing.
Yeah.
And it was done to honor the dead, but still to make them aware that they were thinking of them.
Yeah. And so that's sort of like what they do in Mexico, probably. Am I correct?
Yes. Yes, it is. Day of the Dead, and please don't ask me to say it in Spanish because I can't.
No, don't worry. I know in the States so that they force you actually as a child basically to learn Spanish for second language. But here in Canada, it's actually they teach you French. So I do not know what in French because I never took French. But yeah, so Halloween does go way back. And back then though, it was basically the pagans and the cults that really celebrated Halloween. And what they did though is because winter was coming, it was the coldest and everything else, so they wanted to make celebration. So what else have you learned though?
Well, the Irish were the ones that really got into it, and one of the things that they did is they made these little cakes called soul cakes.
Yes.
For the day before All Saints Day.
Yeah.
And kids would go out dressed up as dead relatives, if that's what you could call it, and went begging for these cookies in exchange for the prayers for the dead. And they were for the departed spirits, of course. And one of the things that was from the Middle Ages that was really made it a big hit on the Irish hit parade was the dance macabre,
yeah,
or the death dance. The leader would dress up in a skeleton costume, leading a chain of people that were kind of like pre-zombies or zombies themselves, and they would lead them on a dance through the city in hopes of collecting prayers for the dead. Yeah. I find that most interesting.
It's pretty cool, and exactly where like I was watching a program just recently about the States and Canada about Halloween, And Halloween is a lot more bigger within the States than Canada. So,
Oh yeah,
but
it's a big thing here.
yeah, but it actually came across on the Mayflower, which a lot of people do not realize came across on the Mayflower. So right when the Mayflower actually hit New England, that's right when it came to the States. But so like, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
No, so basically those from there, like people actually have dressed up and everything else, and celebrated. Again, though, it's really cool though. But go ahead, Eva.
Well, one of the things that I found out in and I never realized it, is Halloween, or All Hallows Eve, is celebrated midway between solstice, winter solstice, and fall equinox.
Yeah.
I did not know that one. See? Okay, I learned something. Can I go home now?
No, sir, the teacher hasn't let us go home yet.
Oh,
so
darn.
But yeah, so most people usually celebrate it in November, not October though. Now, do you know why though, Eva?
What?
Why people celebrate it in October?
No.
No, okay, right. It's basically because what had happened though is the Christians actually wanted to celebrate Halloween, but they did a major twist to it. So instead of it being actually on the original date, which was November 2nd, for the Hallows they decided to put it actually on the 31st. So that's what they originally did though. So this goes way back in history for it to be celebrated on the 31st of October. I think it's kind of cool though, because it's a little celebration actually in between the time period, like what you were saying, though, it's in between the solstice and also the other big events.
Equinox.
Yeah. So that right there I find is really cool.
The other thing I found interesting is the Irish would bang pans and make all kinds of noises so that the souls in hell will know that they were not forgotten, because they were afraid if the souls in hell realized that they were forgotten, they would come up and do something really terrible to us.
Yeah.
So
yeah, and I'm it's a little bit weird though, because I'm always so used to seeing you actually on the screen, like big time. So,
I gotta do.
What's going on? What's going on?
Oh, hang on a minute. Oh, I gotta stand up for a minute.
Okay.
Give me a second here.
Yeah. Okay, right. I hope Eva's okay. I hope she's okay.
Oh my gosh, you can see me now. All that ink came out.
Oh my gosh.
Oh.
So it didn't last a long time.
No, about 15 minutes. That's not fair.
No.
I paid him good money for that too.
Oh my gosh. I would ask for a refund. That's what I would do.
I'm gonna have to.
So, but anyways, those for everybody that's tuning in, let you know, Eva and I, we do host the show every Friday. Sorry, we used to hold it every Friday night. Now we're holding it every single Sunday, live at 7:00 for half an hour. That's how long we actually hold it for. And yeah, so there's a lot of things going actually on. So have you done your time warp yet?
Let's do the time warp again.
Or have you gone and see Rocky yet?
Who?
Rocky from Rocky Horror Picture Show.
No, I have seen Rocky Horror Picture Show. I love that movie.
Yes. And what about the Sanderson sisters? Have you seen the Sanderson sisters yet today?
I have watched that about a gazillion times. It is one of my most favorite movies.
Yeah, but besides the movie, so have you seen them walking around the street lately, like today?
No, I haven't.
No.
I
Ah,
haven't been uptown yet, so I don't know.
so you haven't seen the you
But
haven't
I've
seen them.
seen weird things going through the sky. So, and you know, if she's singing this song, us adults can't hear it.
Yeah,
Didn't know that.
yeah.
So I
And
don't know if
that
she's singing.
and again, no, that song is "Come Little Children."
Come,
So
little children, I'll sing you a song. I
yeah.
can't sing, so
So
don't get so long.
well, anyways, those what I like to do those I'd like to actually take a look at in the crystal ball and sort of see what I pick up. So
Yay! I got my cards.
all right,
I
all right. I
tried
got
holding
cards
them when I
also,
was,
but
yeah.
I'm just gonna take a quick look actually in the crystal ball and see what's going on.
Well, here's
All
the,
right, all right. So the news though is this is for Christy Dawn. I see you're going actually out tomorrow with her son, and the son's going to get a lot of those sweets. So that's one thing I see. But then also I see a lot of people tuning in tonight to T and E, so Travel and Escape. So I see a lot of people tuning in tonight at 9 o'clock to watch Paranormal Gold Rush. That's one thing I see for a lot of people tuning in. So yeah, so let's get the cards reading, and I'm back. So let's just do a couple of readings for general readings for people that might want to tune in tonight.
general reading number 1.
Yeah.
Want me to go ahead?
Go right ahead.
Okay, I picked up the Star, Queen of Wands.
Yeah.
And the 6 of Coins. This is, when you said a general reading or, just kind of an outward reading here, I was doing this thinking about what's going on in the States right now, especially in our state. It is a piece of whoa, ho, ho. We are having an election, if you didn't know. And the 2 candidates are for governor is Gretchen Whitmer, our current governor, and Tudor Dixon. And I asked to see what was going on, and as an outcome, I got the 2 of Coins. So as of right now, it's a toss-up. It is really a toss-up. I'm going to say Gretchen is going to get it. Oh, she's going to win. And it's going to be a victim, whoever is going to stand for the people, and I mean really stand for the people, are the ones who are going to win. Those that play the games aren't going to. I know that sounds kind of foofy, but I almost, I don't know if you're familiar with what's happening in the States. There's the really red wave and the blue wave. The red wave are the conservatives, the blue wave is the liberals. And if you'll notice, there's a blue wave. Okay. On the card. So I'm thinking the Democrats are going to be taking a lot of the races. Just my impression. Okay. All right. Yeah, no, lately I haven't been paying attention to the news because I'm like so busy working every single day. So I apologize. That's quite all right. It's like so, but yeah. So anything else on your cards? No, that's about it. Let me throw another set of cards. You go ahead and do a reading. Yep. All right. So what I'm getting though, general reading today for everybody though, this is actually I'm using the ancestor cards, and the first one that I got is open to love, and it's relationship. So hopefully everybody can see that there. So it is open to love. And that one there is basically representing though that there has to be more communication between everybody.
Even if you're in a relationship or if you're not in a relationship, you have to open up general. So again, those type in your questions. We'd love to hear from you. We have the moderator actually on tonight. He will let me know exactly if you have any questions at all. So again, those open to love for a relationship. Relationship though is one of the strongest chemicals that's actually out there, and it's going to be going on for the year. The next one that I got though is back to basics. All right. So you have to be able to move back to your basics. And that there is, don't fully rush yourself whenever you're trying to work actually on stuff. You always have to go back to the basics. You can never, like the song that Paula Abdul sings, two steps forward, one step back, right? And that's one thing though that you need to do. Those actually be able to go a little bit forward, but always remember you always have to go back to always think about right where you came from. Well, the next one I've got though is spirit guide, and it's purpose. All right. So your spirit guides are always with you right now at the season, and they're actually going to be speaking to you loud and clear. And right now, though, talking about that though, the veil of the curtain is open a lot thinner, especially at this time of year. So go ahead, Eva.
Don't be surprised if you have dreams of with those who have passed. It's not meant to be scary. They're just connecting with you. And at this time, it is also, don't be surprised. You say, I'm not psychic, but don't be surprised if during this time you start picking up things or knowing things that you couldn't possibly know, or of things that are going to happen. Because again, like Chris said, the veil is thin. And during this time, it gets much thinner.
Yes, and it does.
And it closes.
So, yeah. And a lot of people think that 3 o'clock is actually the witching hour. Any hour is a witching hour. So things can happen just out of the blue in the daytime, or even at night, but it doesn't have to be 3 o'clock. So, all right. So Eva, go on for the next reading.
Okay. This is just kind of a general reading. I got the Ace of Coins.
Okay.
Page of Swords. And the Knight of Wands. And my first response to this is I see it's like the Ace is 1, the page is after the 10, and then there's the Knight of Wands, and the page is often considered like a lady in waiting, and the page, the knight is waiting to be king, or in king in training type thing, if you want to put it that way. They're all lower than the king and queen. And I looked at this and it's like new beginnings is just shouting at me. And I'm not sure if it's for anybody out there. I'm not sure if it's for you or me. I'm not sure if it's for the country. Again, this whole political thing has been dominating the airwaves all over the place. So, I mean, you can't get away from it. And I was thinking about Nancy Pelosi. I don't know if you heard what happened there.
No, what happened? Anything dramatic or?
Yes. Her husband was attacked in his home. And this was out in California. He somehow got in, and his name is Paul, and he was attacked by this idiot who was yelling, "Where's Nancy? Where's Nancy?" Which is what the January 6th people were yelling when they took the Capitol. Where's Nancy? Where's Nancy? And when Nancy didn't show up, this man attacked her husband with a hammer. Oh, no Just way. As he was doing this, the police burst in. They finally got him away from the husband. Husband was taken to the hospital where he had surgery on a fractured skull, and he also had damage, I think, to the right arm and shoulder, but he's coming out of it okay. The surgery went well. And it's kind of scary because it's like, where is this country going? There is
Yeah.
so much hate, so much vileness that it just seems to be growing. And so I try and get away from it, but because of where we're doing this, it's just like, no, 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 no. And I looked at this and it's like, it does give me hope, because the last card is the Empress. And the Empress to me is a gentler, kinder atmosphere, if you want to put it that way. And there is hope. It's a new beginning. I think this election will help this beginning, but it won't really finish up or take place or solidify until the 2022 election, 2024 election, excuse me.
2024, yeah.
And I just get the impression too, because we have in this the two ready for battle type thing, the sword, Page of Swords, and then of course the knight. Both of them are ready for battle, and even the horse is rearing back on his legs like, let's go. And it's the wands, but it's kind of interesting because I always think of the swords as a heavy duty battle sort of thing, or a heavy duty, whereas the wands, it's a lesser battle. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Sometimes I say these things and I'm not sure if I'm saying them right, but with the Ace of Coins being the first one, I think things are starting in a new direction, and I'm hoping that it's a good direction. But the Queen is, or the Empress is also telling me gentler, kinder, it's going to be okay.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, this whole
it's
thing.
All right. It's all right. So for everybody that actually works with energy, let's send some energy actually to Nancy's husband. All right. So we can get a lot better. All right. And yeah, this is not right. Things still should be more positive, not negative. I know carrot face or carrot top, as what some people call him, it's not doing right. So he's for violence. He's part of those people though that actually are kind of in the States. They're still in the States, but they're a lot more quieter with the white hood. So, all right, what we need to do is always send more positive energy out there, not negative. So, all right, love your neighbor like how you would love yourself. So, are you still there, Eva? All right, so it seems like that we've lost Eva. If Eva is there, she can reconnect. Hopefully. So yeah. Anyway, so what I got though is I got a couple cards here. Looks like we lost Eva. Hopefully she'll come back. All right, wonderful. So yeah. So again, what I said to people is for them to send positive energy, not to be bringing in negative, and it's so true. But the cards I got though is upscale. The first one though is upscale. So, all right, what we need to do is always bring our upscales actually forward at this time. All right, and that one there is with work. All right, so basically work together. So the way we can actually be able to work actually united, not as a separate unit, but actually as one solid unit together with people. The next card I got though is reconnect with Mother Earth. All right, and this one here, even though this is garden, all right, we always have to reconnect with Mother Earth. It doesn't matter if we're doing meditation, or we're out there doing some cleaning, or even making sure that, hey, things are actually doing quite fine around your house or even with your neighbors. Reconnect with Mother Earth, all right? She's actually being always here for us. The next one, though, is enjoy the new beginnings. All right. So again, though, this goes with what Eva and I we were talking about, though. So enjoy the new beginnings. So changes. All right. So changes is also the right way, though. So new changes are going to happen, more positive. So Eva was also picking that up within some of her readings tonight. Is changes are going to be happening. So we always have to be able to bring the changes our way. So again, those tonight, though, what we would like to do, though, is actually be able to get the people that actually work with energy, bring the energy forward to Nancy's husband. And tomorrow, though, is if you're actually out there trick-or-treating or just going to work or whatever, dressing up, make sure that bring somebody with a smile on. So how many kids do you normally get in your neighborhood nowadays? Like I know that at the beginning that you said that you guys used to get a whole bunch.
About three, maybe.
About three.
Sometimes, well, we used to have Amish that live in our neighborhood, and sometimes they would go trick-or-treating, which they weren't supposed to, but they did anyway.
Yeah.
But they've all moved.
Okay.
I don't know what happened. They all moved. But I was told that that's not uncommon, that they like every so often they'll just pack up and move to a new neighborhood, and another group will move in. So I don't know.
We stopped off today at my parents' place, and they said last year that they had something like 40 kids in their neighborhood at their door. So most people don't realize, though, trick-or-treating, like, again, though, is Eva hit that a little bit earlier. And trick-or-treating goes way back in time. So can you recap that again, though, for people, of how trick-or-treating was? What people used to do for trick-or-treating, like go around and get those soul cakes? All right. So again, those we lost Eva. So people used to go, like children used to go around, get soul cakes, and that's how trick-or-treating started. So all right. We know, though, that tonight, though, she is a little bit freezing at times, so we do apologize on that. It's basically because the energy and the veil is so thin right now within the universe. But tonight, though, we do say thanks a lot for tuning in, and also be able to watch tonight at 9 o'clock.
It's got to be spooks. It's got to be spooks.
It is. Well, it's because the veil is so thin.
I'm sorry?
The veil is so thin. So
I don't know. It's never done that before. This is just strange.
Yeah. Well, again, though, it's the veil. So you froze again. So again, those watch tonight. Trevor actually interviewed the 3 girls, so that's going to be underneath this program tonight. And Travel Escape, I think it is that it is. So it's called Haunted Gold Rush. Take part, watch, learn about some Canadian history, especially out in BC. They're going to be talking about what is actually still haunted out there, out in British Columbia, around the Fraser River with the great floods that had happened. So we do say thanks a lot for everybody for tuning in tonight. We hope to see you guys next week. We will talk to you later. Have a good Halloween. So it's just right when I say have a good Halloween, Eva pops in. So all right, so Eva, we're calling it a night because of the energy that's going actually on in your house.
I don't know what's going on.
So, but yeah. All right, so again,
happy Halloween, everyone, before I get cut off again.
Yeah, all right, we'll see you guys later.
Have a fun time.
All right, see you next week,
Bye-bye.
Eva.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
He'd mentioned publicly that he liked the shows on T&E. We were thrilled that he came on board for Hotel Paranormal.
Well, we approached T&E. We knew that T&E had such a great success with the more sort of straight paranormal, ghost hunting, haunting genre.
And I am the founder of Spectrum Paranormal Investigations here in the UK. Also a television presenter on Paranormal Captured and The World's Most Unexplained as well.
And he's the one that told my mother the story of Bathsheba. So for Lorraine Warren to just pluck that out of nowhere was fascinating.
As kids, they told us to follow our dreams, but the minute we started chasing them, they told us we were being unrealistic, told us to think about our future, said it was too late for us, and passions don't pay bills. But what they didn't know is that dreamers make their own victory.